How's it going, everyone? This is Badass Reviewer, and I'm back with another review, this time taking a look at the Play Arts Kai Arkham City 1970s Batman. Now, I really was excited when they announced this figure, and I was really wanting to get it, but the price for it was like 80 bucks, and I was like, oh man, that's pretty expensive. And I really like getting these figures, and every once in a while I will pick one up. If you've seen my other reviews, I have the Arkham Asylum Armored Batman, and I have Devil May Cry 3 Dante. And this was on sale on a website for like 49 bucks. So I was like, hell yeah. So I picked it up, and he came in the mail, and I gotta say, it's probably one of the coolest action figures I have. There are some downsides to it, which kind of the downside to all Play Arts Kai figures is they're kind of just really fragile. You got to be really careful with them, so I'll get into that in a little bit. But this is probably one of the coolest figures I own. Definitely was worth paying the money for it, and I'd say if it wasn't, and it's still worth picking up at what it is. But I don't typically like to spend too much money on figures like this because they're liable to break. Something can happen, and I don't really like paying 80 bucks for a figure that's like kind of, you know, really fragile. Now, not that I would be playing with this thing, but just straight out of the package, it already kind of had some problems with the legs. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's just look at the details. Really awesome. He just dropped his thing. I really like the color of them, the black, the gray, the blue. It's just amazing, and it's probably one of the coolest looking outfits he has, other than like a full black one, which I don't think he wears too often. But this is really awesome, and definitely a lot of detail and shading went into this, and it looks awesome. I've probably said awesome 5 times already, but it really is. They've incorporated pretty much every single Batman into this one, and like when I say by that is they've pretty much taken everything that was good about every Batman figure and put it into this one figure. And not that I have every single Batman, but from reviews I've seen, it just pretty much compiles every single one into this one awesome one to make the best Batman ever. Now, I don't know if they would ever be able to top this one, but we'll see, because there's an Arkham Knight coming out, so probably see those then. But definitely an awesome figure. Just top to bottom, full of shading. I mean, the blue and the black just looks so good. The gray with the black is just awesome. I can't describe how amazing this looks, and it looks definitely better in person, I'd say, but I think the camera's getting a pretty good job. We go on to the back where the cape is. I just love this. The black in the crease of the cape, and then it's just real dark over here, and the blue is just amazing. I love the color blue on of this guy. It's just a really awesome figure. You come down to his crotch area, and they did something a little different. This is like just soft rubber, not like how the other ones are, which are also kind of soft rubber, but I think maybe it was just with the armored Batman, but it was a little bit like it had some hard pieces on there, but maybe it's just for that one. But and then we come down to his sculpting of the bat symbol. I think it kind of looks a little weird. I think it's not in proportion. Like the symbol itself just looks a little weird, like it didn't get sculpted right. But it still looks pretty good. I mean, I think maybe it's just how the chest is creased, and maybe it's kind of folding inwards or something, but that's nicely sculpted and painted. It's got a gold on there with a glossy black over it, so that's really awesome. The belt, it's got pretty much a glossy gold going on here. Like I said, it's a soft rubbery, and it's kind of a different shade of blue, or maybe they put so much black and there's hardly any blue on it, but really cool. The cape can fold up, and we look at the back. It kind of looks like he's wearing a thong, if you ask me. But yeah, it just looks like a really good, it looks really awesome, and I kind of wish they filled this in a little bit more, the pants, because it seems like it's just really weird looking. But anyways, let's take a look at some of the features he has. And let's start off with the legs. So the legs are your typical PlayArts Kai. They go forward and back. What's really weird is I don't know if it's broken or not, but this side looks completely different than this side. And right out of package, I mean, I popped this leg off trying to make it go outward. It was like, I think the ratchet was so stiff that when I popped it out, it just popped out of the hinge. Now you can put it back, and I don't think that I think it's meant, it like can come out, not meant to, but it can come out without permanently breaking it. But it seems like this leg sticks out way farther than this one. That kind of bothers me. I don't know why it does that, but one leg kind of sticks out farther, and and I don't know why it does that, but since I'm gonna be in, you can kind of tell too, like the legs don't sit at the same level, so he kind of stands weird, like, I don't know, it bothers me, but as long as he can stay on my shelf without falling over and he doesn't break, I'm fine with it. But that's what I mean when I say I'd only buy these things sometimes, and usually I just buy the cheap ones, and luckily the three that I've gotten so far were around 50 bucks, and every one of them has something wrong with them, at least like something broke on them or something, so they're just really fragile figures. That's kind of the reason why I don't buy a lot of imports, but I do enjoy them when I get them. I just have to be really careful, and same goes for you guys, because they really are just delicate figures. More shading going over here. He's got some nice veins sculpting going on. I really like the texture in his gloves here, and his what are they called, his gauntlets. Just really cool. I mean, the texturing, everything about this guy is just amazing. I really couldn't ask for more. I do kind of wish though he came with like interchangeable cape pieces, because the way his cape is now, it's kind of windswept. If I can get that to look, there's a Marvel's universe version of Batman, but it's kind of like the cape kind of like swings in like that, kind of like it's windswept, not like the Arkham Asylum Batman where his cape kind of like went outward to make it look like if you spread it out, it looked like he was flying or something, which you can still kind of do, but it always kind of just curls up right here on this side, so it's kind of disappointing, but I do wish they would have came with separate things. These little flaps here, they move up and down to give him better arm movement, but sometimes they kind of get in the way. Even with them going up to get out of the way of the arms, they still kind of get in the way, and when you have his arms up, it kind of looks weird. So if you had his arm up like this, like that flap is kind of sticking up, but I guess it would make sense in the front, but in the side it looks kind of weird and ugly, but it's still okay. The face sculpt, pretty nice. He's got the very menacing looking face, and he has his blue cowl on. It's all blue, it's not the black version. It doesn't have like the front of it, it's black. But then there's more shading going on there. Really nice. He doesn't really have that glossy paint like other figures do, so that's nice. But really awesome figure. So let's go over articulation real quick. His head can look up very far, can look down. His head rotates as well as the neck piece here, so that's cool. It kind of gives him like some extra movement, get his head to go back really far like that. Like I said before, these shoulder pieces go up and down to give better movement. His arm go in and out, as well as go 360 degrees, but it kind of gets in the way. He does have a butterfly joint, but it doesn't really do much. It's kind of, it's not really effective, but you know, it's still there, so that's nice. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got a ball hinge elbow, which you can rotate and stuff, but mine's a little stiff, so I'm not going to do it too much. He's got a ball hinge in the wrist. He comes with a fist, or he comes with two pairs of fists. Ooh. He comes with two pairs of fists, and then he comes with this kind of like grabbing hand for this hand, and then for this one he's got the battering hand. And He holds the battering okay, but I think it could be a little bit better. You kind of have to lodge it in there in a way, but if you get it in the right angle, he holds it, but there's that. So it's a single jointed elbow, if I didn't say that before. So is the wrist. The wrist gets a lot of movement, and it can swivel. He's got a diaphragm joint, which gets a good range of motion in the front and going back a little bit in the back, but not too much, as well as rotates. And he also has a waist swivel, which he can kind of move, but I think the way it's sculpted down there, it's kind of getting in the way. His abs are. His legs can go forward and back, in and out. They have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees, which look okay, but they're always still kind of weird looking. And then he's got a ball hinge in the foot, which allows a lot of motion. And I wouldn't say it's an ankle pivot, but it does pivot if you need it to. And then the cape in the back, as you all know, has the two hinges that are angled differently. They're angled, or they're put in at an angle to give it a cooler look to it, I guess, or I don't really know why they did it. It was just, it's different than how the other ones are, because the other ones are just kind of like straight in his back. But they do move whichever way you want it, so that's really nice. But overall, definitely an awesome figure. I'm glad I was able to pick this guy up. I wish they would have had the Joker on sale, because I probably would have bought him too, because I've always wanted to get the PlayArts Kai Joker, but he's also really expensive. So yeah, but really awesome figure. I'm glad I picked this up. You should definitely pick him up too if you can get him for a good deal. He's gonna run around probably 80 bucks or 90 or into the hundreds, so be prepared for that. But if you don't care, then definitely pick this guy up. But I would have to say this is probably one of my favorites action figures or toy or collectible of all time. So anyways, that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry it was kind of lengthy, but there's a lot of stuff to talk about on these guys, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.